Oh, we're gonna give you guys a list of shows and music that you guys can listen to and watch in the description box.
You're kidding, right?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Oh, I'm about to say,
I don't even know what
right,
that
that's
stuff
gonna
is.
be empty. Hey guys, this is Dave.
And Jasmine.
And this is Engineered by God, where we navigate life from a Christian perspective. Okay, so secular music and TV shows and just everything that's just very normal that we consume all the time really has been giving us a really hard time recently. More like over the past year, because the more that we've grown in our faith, the more mature we've gotten, the more we've gotten into the Word, the more uncomfortable we have gotten consuming those things in the same way that we used to prior. Like, for example, with music. Whew.
I don't know a lot of people. I don't listen to a lot of stuff.
Right, like I remember one day we were just driving and we just happened to like, look, let's put it on the radio real quick just for fun, right? Just for fun to see what's going on the radio, and we're just like, yo, what is this, right? But the thing is, like, I used to, maybe not stuff that's on the radio per se, but not stuff that's far from it. Like, for example, I listen to like rap music. You know, I do like rap, right? And there's a lot of stuff that I would listen to, and it wasn't so much that I thought that it was okay, but I was almost separating myself from the content. Like yeah, it's vulgar, and yeah, it's demeaning to women, and yeah, it's violent, and yeah, it's not God honoring at all. But I'm not participating. I just like how it sounds. You know what I mean? Like if I'm working out, I just like it. You know what I mean? But the more that we've been growing in our faith, the more we realize that we have to align with what God likes. And that has completely shifted. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've gotten to the point where I'm very uncomfortable listening to a lot of the things that I was very comfortable listening to, and I just won't listen to it.
Yeah. What I wanna give an example of like the last couple things that we've been like, What can you think of one?
I don't know, it's been so long.
No, the last thing I feel like we listened to was we were piloting. Well, I said piloting, like, but it was for that Jasmine Sullivan album, and I was like, no.
And the thing is, Joe, the beats were fire. Like her voice is amazing, but I'm like, goodness.
I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to listen to this.
And the thing is, I really do think, if we're being honest, most of a lot of the secular music that we listen to as Christians, we really shouldn't be listening to. I mean, honestly, because they don't really put you in a position to draw nearer to God. They're really drawing you away. A lot of it isn't things that align with what God calls us to do and calls us to be. And I'm not saying all, because obviously, like, you know, look, for example, like Song of Solomon, right? It's a lot of like love and stuff in there. Like, there's a place for different types of music, but there is a clear line to me sometimes where it's like, this ain't it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why you bring up Song of Songs?
Because it's like, you know, like that's not, you know, let's share in our in your goods and let's, you know, be humble.
Yeah, it's like it's like the blessings of marriage.
Right. But and the same thing, like there's like music that isn't so much so like what people would think of like just pure and holy and, you know, all that good stuff. It's like
it doesn't just have to be worship music.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
as long as the message is not like something that goes completely against what the Bible is saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's hard for me is because I did not grow up Christian. You guys, if you've been here, you know that. And so I listened to a lot of secular music growing up. And to be honest, a lot of that music still has a soft place in my heart. Yeah, because it feels like childhood. I know a lot of Christians talk about waking up on Saturday morning and hearing worship music playing or gospel music playing, knowing that means it's time to clean. Well, my mom did the same thing, but it wasn't gospel music.
Real quick, if you're liking this video, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing to watch videos like these that we post every week.
And so that's like the kind of music I grew up on, and so I feel like for me that music is harder for me to, I guess, you know, break away from. And I guess that's more so like 90s R&B and that type of stuff. But yeah, like it's harder for me to be like, yeah, I'm just not going to listen to this ever again, you know?
And I will say too, like the way that we've consumed music changed a lot since we've graduated from school. I think like when I was in college, I used to listen to music a lot more. Then when I started working, that kind of phased out a little bit. You know, started a little bit more podcasts and stuff like that. And now I kind of only listen to music like if I'm cleaning up or if I'm working out. So I guess it's easier now. And I think because I listen to music less, like when I do, the difference between when I finish praying and listening to like some of those old rap music, it feels like whoa, like how are you jumping right into this? Versus when I was in school and I probably wasn't like praying as much and my word as much, like it just kind of I just kind of fit into it a little easier. But I feel like the more you spend time in the word, the more you spend time in prayer, like the less comfortable you get with the type of stuff that we were listening to.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like kind of switching over to like the TV show aspect.
TV's harder.
That's a whole nother thing.
TV's harder.
That's a whole nother thing. Because one, with TV, I feel like it's easier to kind of I don't know, jump on a bandwagon, but you hear people talking about specific TV shows. And so you want to be in the loop and you want to talk about those TV shows too. But honestly, nowadays every show has sex in it, like, and it just gets more, the limits get pushed more and more to the point where like network TV is getting a little more, more risque, you know what I mean? And so
like going back a little story, and you guys, if you don't know about our whole sex before marriage video, go check that out, right? But there was a pair where obviously we were trying to remain pure. And we were at your house, your mom's house or whatever, right? And we were watching this show, and we were doing so good. And we were watching this show, and I'm talking, the sex scenes were so intense, and we were just like, well, and it's like whatever we were fighting against, it was like it just I don't know. We just it just took over us in a way, and it was
lust. That's what it was.
Right. And like shows, it's not, and it's more than just lust. It's lust. It's violence. It's like just things that we wouldn't.
Not good for your soul.
Right. Not good for the soul. Right. That you wouldn't really want to participate in your actual Christian walk, but you watch it and you kind of justify it's just a show. I'm really in it for the story. It's not that big a deal.
But if you're honest with yourself, there are things I think there can be a time in the season for different things, right? So, I feel like now there are things, I'm honest with myself about how I feel while I'm watching a show or while I'm listening to something, right? So I'm like, if this is making me feel like, even from violence, if it's making me feel uncomfortable, how can somebody do this to somebody? Why would someone even want to put this on TV, act this out? And I'm like, it's not for me,
Like when we was watching Sabrina, I mean, we were like, this show is great, but this show is terrible. Goodness, I
don't even know if I want to admit that we watched.
Right, we did stop watching it though, and that's honestly why I stopped watching you, because I was just like, I'm done with all the murders. I'm done with all the cheating. I'm done with all I'm over it. I'm over it. But it's hard because it seems like that's what's popular. That's what's on TV all the time. So it's like I was talking to Jazz was joking. And she was like, I feel like I just gotta watch PBS Kids at this point because it's like nothing is safe out there.
I know. I watch HGTV, those home improvements. I was talking about it at a Bible study the other day. I was watching this show. I was trying to start this one show. And I'm like, you know what? I can't watch this. This is not helping me where I am right now. So I'm just going to watch HGTV or some other home improvement shows because I know that those...
Right.
I'm not going to get anything bad from those.
And the thing, too, is I think Jazz was already hinting towards this, or maybe said this and I just forgot. Who knows? But it's once you begin watching something or engaging in something, and the Holy Spirit is telling you this is not right, and you feel really uncomfortable with it, and then you make the active choice to continue in it because that's what you want, that's when you're in disobedience now. Like, clearly, you know that this isn't right, or at least you feel like this isn't right. At least go and look into the word and see if there's something there that's showing you clearly one way or another, or speak with someone who is maybe a little more mature in their faith and ask them for some type of guidance or wisdom or whatever, as opposed to just saying, well, this is kind of what I want to do. This makes me feel whatever, and I'll take the risk of it pulling me away from God. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we used to just really get into that we just not with it no more.
Yeah, and to be honest, there probably is stuff right now that maybe in a couple months we'd be like, I don't want to listen to that either. So when we get there, we gotta make the active choice, listen to God, and just stop.
Right. Because there's no like separation between like you, like there's like a me, Christian me, and like just watching TV me and the music I listen to me. Like, it's all one person, and we're all supposed to fall. Well, you are supposed to fall under the authority of Christ. Yeah. Like all of you, and not just like there's not a separate part of you that can kind of like do what it wants, but it's not really you. Like, no, that's not it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We're going to give you guys a list of shows and music that you guys can listen to and watch in the description box.
You're kidding, right?
Yeah, I'm kidding. I don't even know what
that's going to be empty.
It's going to be one thing.
Right. Because low-key, I mean, no shade, but low-key, a lot of Christian music ain't really biblical at all. Like, we ain't going there in this video.
That's a whole nother
but
video.
Some of those stuff is just all about me. It's not all about him at all. So, yeah.
Yeah. But let us know how you feeling in this area. If there's something specific that you've been watching or listening to that you've been convicted by, you're like, nah, I gotta stop it. Like, I want to know how you guys feel and what you guys think are going through.
Yep.
But that's it for us. See ya.